Now that you know how to work out significant figures, particularly with the zeros, we can move on to work out how many sig figs are in our calculations. So it's plus, minus, and times divide. We'll do times divide first. It's a little bit easier, I think. So all you do to work out the number of sig figs, if you're only times into dividing, is work out what your worst data value is, and then make sure your final answer only has the worst data value. And so this one here, it's got 4 sig figs. This one's only got 3. And so your final answer can only have 3 sig figs. So you need to round off to 3 sig figs. If you're doing a plus or minus, you're going to have to do, you're going to have to just work through it and add the sig figs depending on what step you're at. And so just to do the times and divide, that one's only got 3, so that has to be reduced, so it'll be like 49.7. So pause the video and have a go at those and see how you go. You're always looking for the smallest one, and then you'll have to round off to that number of sig figs. So let's see if we got that one right. We said 49.7, and we got that one right. 3 sig figs here, there's 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, so we keep it as the same, and that one's only got 4 there, so we can't have that many zeros. Okay, so the second one is a little bit trickier. It's you're going for the worst value. So if your instrument can measure all the way down to 900, it's much better than this machine that can only measure to 90,000, but you have to take your worst value, which is that, or maybe it's a balance, but you have to take your worst one. And so you can only have the same number of unit placings as your worst one. So this one, it's hundredths, not thousandths. So we can't give a final answer to thousandths. We have to make it hundredths and round off. And with this one here, our worst value can only measure to the nearest 10,000. So we have to round off to the 10,000. Okay, so some examples here. Just put the line in there. You can't. It's only to this decimal place, and if you just do the line across, you can see I've cut it off, rounded off up to the worst unit placing. And subtraction is similar. Just look at the worst unit placing and round off to that unit placing. And so there you go. Now you know how many sig figs you should have.